What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. I want to talk about rapper Durk. He's getting a lot of heat, him and his girlfriend, due to comments that he made on a podcast. He was speaking with Gillie the Kid and Royale, and he spoke about, and I'm paraphrasing, how he does not want a woman that has a high body count. He says that's one of the reasons why he started dating India Royale. Now, I don't know much about her like that, but I can tell that she probably came from a different background than he did. You know, y'all know how opposite seems to attract, especially in the black community. And the guys, you know, the more the street hood dudes, and the women who were in more of a together environment. Now, again, I could be completely wrong, but he says one of the main things that drew him to his girlfriend was the fact that she didn't have a high body count. And for some reason, that angered a lot of women, especially a lot of you melanated women. A lot of y'all were hurt. A lot of you were in your feelings. I didn't see it as that big of a deal. I didn't see it as that big of a deal, what Durk was saying, but a lot of y'all took it to heart because a lot of y'all are for the streets. A lot of y'all are out here living your best life, and you still can't keep a man. You want a guy like Durk, but Durk doesn't want women like you. And it hurt a lot of feelings. You would think if all these so-called good women exist, right, they would agree with Durk. Now, there were women that agreed with him, but these women were so butthurt, they went and started to attack his girlfriend. You know why? Because they're jealous of India. They want to be in her situation. They want to date a rapper like Durk. So instead of them keeping the energy for him, even though I see it as stupid, they went at her because of what he said. And of course, she sided with him and told these women they need to go get them a man. But the problem is, India, they want your man. And these women are big mad because he basically said what a lot of us, especially on YouTube, a lot of people, a lot of men who are red pill minded, have been saying for years. So I think it's more than men on YouTube who are saying these things. A lot of men feel this way. A lot of men who have options. See, Durk got options. And that bothers women because, you know, one, they hate the fact that we can pick and choose who we want, especially if we are successful. And two, we don't want slurs. No man in his right mind is going to wife up a slur. Now, you got some of these simps that'll do it, but the majority of these guys are not going to do it. They may sleep with you. They may even make you one of their baby mamas, but they're not going to wife you up. They're not going to be on red carpets with you. They're not going to take you on vacations. They're not going to raise a family with you. They're just not. And I think what he said triggered a lot of these women because they realized they're not wife material. And this is according to Complex. India Royale has spoken out amid criticism against Lil Durk over comments he made in a recent interview about her box history. Durk, as part of an extended interview with the $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, described himself as petty when discussing relationships. On the topic of India, to whom he's engaged to, Durk pointed to her body count as being personally important to him because it is. No man, again, in his right mind, wants to wife up a female that done been with his friends, colleagues, dudes that he knows casual, it's casual, but knows in the industry, because a lot of these guys share women, but a lot of these guys don't want to share their women with any of these other guys. He says, I'm petty as hell, Durk says, as seen in the clip below. Like, if you effed a lot of N-words and all that, I ain't gonna wife you. But that's me. But it's like everything about her, being real, not cheating. She ain't been passed around. It was like her body count. That's what really did it. And that's what triggered a lot of these women. You would think women would say, okay, I see what Durk is saying, but oh no, they were angry because they are pass-arounds. They are sleeping with the same men. A lot of you females are in poly relationships and don't even know it. Or some of y'all know it, but you're in denial. You're being passed around. Yeah, you living your best life. You're flying out to this place. You're flying out to that place. You got 2 dudes you're dealing with. You got some heifers that are in relationships with 2 dudes at the same time, living under the same roof, sometimes 3. Okay? A lot of these women can't control themselves when it comes to men. They love to sleep around, but then they expect you to wife them up. That ain't gonna happen with a man that understands women and understands the type of women he don't want. And I'm gonna say it again. Y'all can get mad at what content creators say, but Durk is not a content creator. Durk is a rapper in the industry. He's basically saying what a lot of them dudes say behind the scenes. Man, I'll smash these chicks, but I'm not gonna wife them up. This is why you see these heifers exposing these guys, because they realize he ain't gonna wife them up. They're always gonna be a jump off side piece, maybe a baby mama, but they will never get a ring from one of these guys. As the clip in question started making the rounds, commentary started stacking up, with the general consensus being that one's history, romantic history, shouldn't be treated in this fashion. India has since responded to the pushback, namely advising those who are worried about her fiance to procure one of their own. Oh, they're not gonna do that, India. None of these heifers are gonna be able to show no man. Maybe one of they dysfunctional baby daddies, maybe, a guy, a friend with benefits, but not no husband, not no fiance. Nobody wants a lot of these chicks. That's why the dating market is so saturated with nothingness. That's why these guys stay with the same women. Like, well, I'm gonna go look and there's nothing to look for out there. All these women are groupies. All these women want to be celebrities. All these women want to get a baby by a rapper. There's nothing good coming from being in relationships with them. So they want to take that frustration out on the one person who's standing in their way, and that's India. And let me just say this too about one's history. I'm not going to go around just asking who you've been sleeping with, but this is why you actually do research on the females that you deal with. Sometimes the family members will tell you everything you need to know. Even her best friend would probably warn you. Men have every right to not want a slower. Men who have money and resources have every right to say, I don't want a certain type of woman. Men can have a preference. A lot of you females don't like it. Too bad. Guess who chooses who be's in a relationship? It be us. We choose who gets in relationships and who don't. You choose who you give your body to, and a lot of you are giving your body out just a little bit too much. And what's funny is that you got all these female empowerment. I'm gonna celebrate my body. I want to be able to, my body, my choice. I want to be able to sleep with as many people as I want. I'm gonna do the slower walks, and they still concerned over what men think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't care. Date men who are gonna accept you for who you are. But the problem is, a guy like Durk, a well-known rapper, that bothers them because they all want to be with a rapper. They all want to be in India Royale's position. This is what she had to say. She says, I don't give a F what people think about my fiance, she said in one tweet. That's why he's hers. Get you one. Elsewhere, India also responded to a couple of related tweets, including a detailed one that touched on the inherent unfairness of how romantic histories are often treated within relationships. Well, guess what? That's just too bad. Men have a preference. We don't want slores. We don't want women who have been physically used up to the point to where she don't even want to have relations with me. You know why? Because she's used up. She's used up. What am I going to do with that? as you can see from this tweet here, these heifers are explaining, and she's like, good thing that, you know, he's her man. They don't like it. See, they don't like when you can tell them, hey, no, I don't have to date you, and I have standards. You see, they don't want men to have standards. They want men to date them and choose them when they're at their worst. They want to choose us when we're at our best. You know what's funny? Women love men that get a lot of girls, right? You see, women love men that can sleep around with a bunch of women. If you are a male in Western culture, especially in America, if you don't get a lot of women, they don't want you. But if you do get a lot of women, they're going to want you even more. That's why it's, you know, and it's in the reverse. If you are a woman that's sleeping with a bunch of men, there are going to be men that aren't going to want you. That's just how it is. You don't think that there are men who don't have a bunch of women that they deal with? They don't have rotations. They just want one woman. Women don't want that. Women they crave men who have you know, women on the side. Men who are known cheaters, who, even being known cheaters, they still have no problem at all getting another woman who knows that, but they don't care. You know why? Because they feel like women want him, so he's valuable. You see, a man's value in a woman's eyes is in his ability to be able to get multiple women. And the value of a woman in a man's eyes is a woman who is attractive but has discipline. That's what it's about. It's about showing discipline. And if you are a woman that doesn't have any discipline, what am I going to do with you? You're going to be cheating on me too. So that's just how it is, people. Get over yourselves. Okay. People have, you know, a lot of men have every right to date and be with who they want to be with. If you don't like it, that's just too bad. You know, to go at Durk and his girlfriend, and, you know, especially her, like, why are you attacking her? You know, her responding to it is probably why they're doing it. But he said the comments. It's the jealousy for me. Look at these tweets. The jealousy for me is the fact that a lot of you women want to be her, but you never will be. And Durk gave you a dose of reality. Lil Durk gave a lot of you heifers a big dose of reality, and you don't like it because a lot of y'all are out here getting used up, and you still think that you're supposed to get a guy like him. There's no reason in the world why a rapper should get a lot of you females in your feelings. But the reason why Durk is able to do that is because a lot of y'all want to be with Durk. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next video. Take care.